Hi everyone, I am back to show you another flip photo album that I made. This one I made for my little dog, Allie. She is a little Maltipoo. She's gonna be 7 years old, April 1st actually. And this little dog was cut from the Everyday Paper Dolls. I couldn't find a puppy or a dog cut out in any of my cartridges that look like my dog. So I just cut this one out in some white cardstock. Sorry about the light right there. And I did some chalking in like a cream color and then put little rosy cheeks and then put a little bow on her head so she would have so you could tell that it was a girl dog, not a boy dog. And so yeah, that's that. And then on the inside it's exactly the same as the little boy one that I showed, where it opens up and there's two photo mats and a large photo mat. I haven't done any embellishing in this, and the embellishments are gonna have to be pretty flat because this one is a lot thicker. The pattern paper that I used for this book is cardstock thickness, so it's like cardstock on top of cardstock, so it is pretty thick. So I only did 8 pages, and I'll have to just put some photos and maybe some flat stickers or something inside of it. That one flips up. So I'm actually going to show you how to make these pages. And then I will just tell you the size of the paper that goes onto the pages. So then it goes up again. And that's the last one. So as you can see, the binding is the same as the Smashbook binding, so I will link to that video for you if you did not see the Smashbook series, and I will link the binding part so you can see how it's bound. But as you can see, it's pretty thick with just 8 sheets of cardstock in there. So yeah, once I put photos in that one, it's going to be pretty thick. And this is the paper stack that I used for that, in case you guys were wondering. It's called Spoiled Rotten and it's by the Paper Studio. And it's got glossy papers in it, so these are really cute puppy papers. Little bones and paws and cute stuff. So that's that. Now I'm going to show you how to make the 2 different types of pages. Now I don't typically buy 12 by 12 cardstock, so most of my stash is 8.5 by 11, and it's all from Michaels. It's the Recollections cardstock. And so most of my projects are done with 8.5 by 11. I do have a few 12 by 12 sheets, but I don't use them often. So you'll need 2 sheets, and it's 1 sheet for each page. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you're going to cut this piece to 5.5. No, we're not. Hold on. See, if we don't mess up very often, we're just not cool. Okay, so you're going to take your 8.5 by 11, you're going to cut it down to 8 by 10.5. So you just want to cut a 1/2 inch off of your 11-inch side, and you flip it around to your 8-inch side, and you're going to cut a 1/2 inch off of that side. So you just have can grab them. These two little strips of paper left over. So then this one, this is flip page A, I'm calling it. So it's going to be this one right here, this very first one that's going to fold out to the right. So we're going to score it, whatever you use to score. And we're going to score it at 5.5. So we have 10.5 and we've scored it at 5.5. So then I'm going to flip it over. And this creates my first flat page. So you just fold against that score line. Even that out. And then crease it. And then this part here that's left over is for your binding. Now, I use my Bind It All to punch and put it inside my binders, but if you don't have a Bind It All or a cinch, you can do this, you can still do this, you just have to use, you can use a hole punch, and you can do 3 rings if you would like. So this is usable without a Bind It All and a cinch, just for those who don't have one. So the size papers that you're going to use to mat these, I'm just going to write them on here because I don't have any papers cut out to use. I don't have another album in mind yet. I will eventually, just not right now. So I just wanted to show you guys how to make the pages. So this side, this is going to be your left side. And the size paper that you're going to need for this is going to be 5 by 7 7/8. Now that's with an 1/8 of an inch border around it. So if you want a bigger border, you just adjust your sizes. And then this side is going to be 4 7/8 by 7 7/8. Then your front flap will also be 4 7/8 by 7 7/8. Then when you flip it over, you'll need one here, and this is going to be the same size as the inside one, which is 5 by 7 7/8. So this section here will be for your binding. And then this is going to be your designer paper sizes. And then photo mats. Photo mats, if you want to do them the way I did, I have one photo mat here. So I'll just write it on here, and then I'll show these guys. I'll show these to you guys. So this front photo mat, so we'll just put photo mat, is, let me make sure I get the right one. Okay, is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now you could go ahead and do a 4x4 if you wanted. I don't even know why I did that size, so there's really no rhyme or reason for this. But this inside one on this side, photo mat, I like to do 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So you can fit a full 4x6 photo on there. And then on this side, I did 2 small ones. So the photo mats for that side, if you do it like this, is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. You could probably do a full 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So So I'll just put 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, or 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So you can fit a full 4x3 photo on there. And then when you flip it over to the back side, you're going to do another photo mat at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that's how you do that one. So here's the measurements for that one. I hope you guys can see this. So your paper size will be 4 7/8 by 7 7/8, and your photo mat could be 3 3/4, or you could do a 4x4. And then here's the sizes for, I'm really bad at this camera thing, trying to get this in here. For the inside flaps, and then for the back. So the second flap is a little different, and it takes a little more cutting. So again, you're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and the first thing you're going to do with this one is you're going to cut it on the 11-inch side at 5.5. So right in half, and then you're going to take that piece, you're going to flip it around, and you're going to cut it at 8. So you're going to cut a 1/2 inch off. Then you have that little piece. So this is going to be the base of the page. So we'll set that there. Then this one, you're going to take, and you're going to, it's 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to cut it at 5. So you're going to cut a 1/2 inch off of that one. So you have that little piece. So you're going to leave this at 5 by 8.5. That's it for the cutting. And then you're going to take the one you just cut, the 5 by 8.5, and on the 8.5 inch length, you're going to score at 7 3/4. And then that's that. So then you're going to go ahead and fold this down, increase that. And this is where you're going to want to use score tape, sticky tape, red liner tape, whatever you have that's really strong, because this flap here is going to be the hinge for your flap to go up and down, open and closed. So I'm just going to put a piece right here on the bottom, and then right along the top. Just like that. Whoops. I'm just gonna press it down, and then I'm going to take these off. Then I'm gonna take that 5.5 by 8, and this is just, I line it up upside down so I can see what I'm doing. But I'm going to attach this flap to this piece, and I'm gonna attach it to the right side. So if my papers were like this flap needs to be on the right side. Your left side is going to be your binding again. So I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm going to line this up on the left since it's upside down. Get it even across the top, and then make sure that my side lines up along that end there, and just press it down. And then I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to make sure that that's nice and pressed on there. So then you have your second flap. So again, this area here, this is about a 1/2 inch. So this again is going to be your binding area right along there. Now, as you can see, this top flap does not meet the bottom. It's a 1/4 of an inch shorter. And I did that so as you're flipping through the book, you can see that this page flips up. So I didn't want it to be flush. It's easier to kind of grab. So the paper sizes for this one are going to be pretty similar to the other one. So this one is flap A, and this one is flap B. So this paper is going to measure 4 7/8 by 7 5/8. And then your little photo mat for this one is going to be, let me just get to the second page here. So it'll flip up like this. So your little photo mat on the front can be about a 4 by 4, again, like the other one. So I'm just gonna put 4 by 4. So you can fit a nice photo there. So then when you flip up, your paper for this top piece here is going to be this here. So the paper for that, you're going to cut that one the same as you did the front one. So 4 7/8 by 7 5/8. Now if you want, you can put a photo mat here. I didn't in this one because, like I said, this paper is cardstock thickness and it's already thick enough. But you always have that option to put a couple of small photo mats or one large one. The bottom paper here, the background paper for that one, is going to be 5 by 7 7/8. And then the photo mat for that one is your 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 here. So you can fit a nice 4 by 6 photo there. Then when you flip it over, oops, get it in, you have the back piece. So this will be your back panel. And the paper for that is going to be 5 by 7 7/8 again. And then another photo mat at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Now these photo mats are just suggested sizes. You can do whatever size photo mat you really want. And if you like more of a border showing on your, let's use this one, on your edges, you can do a 1/4 of an inch in instead of an 1/8 of an inch. So you can adjust these sizes to whatever suits the type of page that you want to do. This just shows you how to make the base of the page. So I'm just gonna write that. So flap A base and flap B base. So again, we have flap A, and then it'll flip open, and then there's the sizes for that one. And then you flip it over, and then there's the size for the back. And then B is going to be right here. And then it will flip up. So you'll have this piece, this bottom piece, and then when that flips down, you flip it over, and then there's the back side of that one. So that's how you make the pages. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will do my best to answer them. I will link the binding tutorial to this video so that way if you didn't see the Smashbook series, you will know how to put the binding together. Or like I said, you can use a 3-ring binding if you don't have any way to use the wires. So I hope this explains it enough for you guys to try to make this one. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!